Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's presentation as part of the Industry Insight webinar series. The topic this time is Do It All with Your iPad, how to work from your iPad or iPhone. Speaking today will be Maureen Blando. Maureen is president and the COO of Mobile Helix, Inc. Maureen works with lawyers to understand their productivity needs on iPhones and iPads. Whether it's annotating a document or filing an email, understanding the ways that lawyers work is a fascinating part of her role. The Mobile Helix Link app is used by firms ranging from AM Law 50 firms to small single office firms. The presentation today will be followed by a Q&A. Please enter your questions into the question box in the webinar panel on the right side of your screen. All questions will be addressed at the end of the presentation. We're recording this webinar and we will be sending a video and a follow-up email in a few days. We'll also post a video on our blog at www.lawtechnologytoday.org. Thank you all for joining us. We'll now begin the webinar.
Thank you, Austin. As Austin said, my name is Maureen Blando. I'd like to thank you all for joining. Appreciate your time today. I am with Mobile Helix, and we are the makers of Link, which is a mobile app for lawyers. And as such, we spend a lot of time talking to lawyers about how they work, how they'd like to work better on mobile devices, and of course, lawyers love iPads and iPhones. This webinar applies to iPhones as well. And so one of the reasons that lawyers are interested in mobility is to be responsive. And why does being responsive matter? Well, it's because what do clients want? Clients are looking for responsiveness, as you all know. We study this a little bit, and here are a couple of resources for you. One is this interesting study from BTI out of Massachusetts. This study is actually called What Do Clients Want? And it refers to the legal industry. Responsiveness is a must or we wouldn't hire them is one of the quotes there. And you can see below that a study from Thomson Reuters. They talked to people who were using in-house counsel and subcontracting to law firms. And one of the quotes here is, in-house counsel choosing law firms say responsiveness is the most important factor. And then you can see from the ABA, one of their articles is tips for young lawyers, improve responsiveness to impress clients. And we work a lot with email because lawyers work a lot with email. We thought this article from Eric Schmidt, who's the former CEO and chairman of Google, was interesting. The article is actually called 9 Rules for Emailing. It's not written specifically for lawyers, but a couple of the points here apply to all of us. There are people who can be relied upon to respond promptly to emails, and those who can't. Strive to be one of the former. And I like this comment toward the end of this particular paragraph. These responses can be quite short. Got it is a favorite of ours. Now, of course, for lawyers, some responses are going to have to be long. But in the world that we live in today, even the clients are very busy, and just getting back to them with a minimal response or a quick response is very important. Lawyers work long hours. None of us can be at work all of the time. We may have to do something like coach the children's team, get our hair cut, get new tires put on the car. And even when we're in those situations, we would like to be able to respond quickly. And what if you could? What if you could respond now, just with your iPad? Or what if you could respond here, where you have nothing with you but your iPhone and a little bit of space to stand in? And what if you could do these specific things that the lawyers that we work with do day in and day out? What if you could send a document, email it, that's in your document management system or in a network file share system? Or what if you could open an attachment to email and actually view the document? If you're using a document management system like iManage, Worksite, or FileSite, you might be trying to open an NRL, which you know you can't do in your iOS mail. Or if you have NetDocuments, you may be trying to open a NetDocuments link, which you can't do in your iOS mail. Or what if you want to mark up an attachment and send it to a colleague to work on or to a client? And you may not be doing a lot of annotating today, but annotating and mobility go together very well, particularly if it's well integrated. I'm going to show you a couple of cases of annotation. It's just so brilliant to get a document, be able to mark it up, send it on to the next person, all from your mobile phone or your iPad? What if you could make a few edits and send it, or accept all the red lines of a document and maybe sign it, or maybe just send it on? And what if you could compare a document that you received to a document that's in your document repository or that you sent to the client previously? Or what if you just wanted to save a document to act on it later in your mobile device? When we think about mobility with our clients that we're working with, there are basically 4 key things. One is that security is very important because you're working with confidential and privileged material. Also, you need to have the right resources, the right tools to be able to get your job done. And those resources have to integrate together so that you can actually do the kind of tasks that you do every day. And of course, any mobile solution must have ease of use. I'm going to say a little bit about each of these points. Security, of course, is a must-have because of your work. On the other hand, security is also a major limiter to mobility for lawyers. And by that I mean that a lot of lawyers only have access to email contacts and calendars today. They don't have access to documents because the risk of giving insecure access to documents is high. So it's very important to have a solution that provides access to documents. Your firm may have mobile device management installed on your iPad or your iPhone. And that's great, it secures your devices, but what do you do from there? Does it help you to get your job done? And then of course, security has to be not a barrier for the user, the lawyer. It has to be quick and easy. And I'll show you a little bit of that. Lawyers live in email. And if you talk about the resources that lawyers need, it's very clear. Email is the most important thing, then documents, and of course, lawyers work with the Microsoft Word app. These 3 things, email, documents, and Word, are, as I put here, the 3 Legos for lawyers. It's not enough just to have those 3 pieces, though. You've got to have the ability to integrate them and use them in the kind of workflows that you commonly see. You commonly receive an email with an attachment. You want to review that attachment, see it with the red lines, see it without the red lines, compare it to another document. And you then may want to edit or annotate it and share it with the next person. Sharing can mean email or checking it into a document management system and sending a link. This is the typical flow of things that lawyers we work with need to do from mobile devices. When I say ease of use, I mean no need for VPN, which we all know doesn't work well all of the time. No virtual desktop, of course. No one really tries to use a virtual desktop on an iPad or on an iPhone. We're talking about a solution where you don't have to wait. There's nothing to load. And one of the reasons we all love our iPads is because they're instantly on. Of course, biometric, meaning Touch ID, second factor authentication, is great. You definitely want your email to sync so you're not waiting for it. And ideally, you'd have a single solution which integrates all of these resources. In our solution link, it is integrated with the 2 largest document management systems. It's integrated with iManage FileSite and WorkSite, and it's integrated with NetDocuments document management system. We're an official partner with both of those companies. Link is also integrated with the Microsoft Word app, the app for iPad and for iPhone. If you're doing Word editing, there's no better app to use, of course, than the Microsoft Word app, and I'll show you that in the demo. Link is integrated with Outlook. Your email, contacts, calendar, notes, and tasks are all in Link. They are all synced with your desktop Outlook. Your documents may not be in a document management system. They may be on a network file share, or they may be in a SharePoint library, or they may be in OneDrive. Link integrates with all of those document resources as well. And then at your firm, you may have an intranet, or you may have a very nice portal built on SharePoint or Handshake. Those things can also be accessed securely in Link. And then finally, web applications can be accessed in Link. But for this demo, I'm going to be focusing on those three Legos: email, documents, and the Word app. Now I'm going to go to the demo. So let's take a look at our Link app. It's the red tile in the lower corner. I'm going to tap on it now, and you'll be able to see me logging in with Touch ID. All I do is touch my thumb to it, and then I'm in. So it's quick and it's easy. Here's the home screen of our app. I'm going to show you the app in a little more detail, but first let's look at a workflow in Outlook. Here's my inbox. I want to compose an email and attach a document. I attach it, I tap the paperclip and attach the document. Now the file selector is presented, and I'm going to select a document from my agreements folder, which is from my network shares. I select the document, and now you can see it's attached as a docx. I tap on that document to select preview because I would like to look at it. And you can see this document has quite a number of red lines. And in order to send it to my client as a final, I'd like to take a look at it with all of those red lines accepted. So I tap on it again. I could do a variety of things here. I could delete it if I'd made a mistake, or rename the file, or send a red line or send a PDF. But what I'm going to select here is accept revisions and preview. Now Link automatically generates a clean copy of this document. And it's ready to send to my client, but for one thing, I want to send them a document to be signed, so I'm going to send them a PDF version. So now you can see that it is a PDF. I just complete the document, complete the email, and tap send. Let's take a tour of the Link app. In the top row, I have a number of document repositories. Then I have Outlook, the firm intranet, and web applications. If you have a portal, I'm going to tap on this Compass portal tile. You can access it in Link. It's fully interactive. I'm going to tap on this out of office calendar. It's a shared calendar used by the whole team so that you can see that Link is interactive. And there's the calendar. You may have a firm directory. You can put that in Link so that you can access it from your mobile device. In Link, we have a section called My Files, where you can store documents that you can access both online and offline. Let's look at some of these, the variety of repositories we support. This one under the Files tile shows OneDrive and SharePoint libraries. Your law firm may use FileSite or WorkSite from iManage. Let's look at iManage and look at what a document looks like in Link. In Link, in any repository, you can always navigate or search for the document. Here, I'm going to go to my document work list, and I'll tap on a document to open it. Documents always open, no matter where you open them in Link, in this document viewer. And the document viewer gives me a lot of options. I can search a document, edit or annotate. I can check it into a repository or email it, or I can save it locally to my files for online and offline access. If you, every document has a 3-dot menu, and this menu gives me a variety of things to do, like check out and edit, accept and view, copy it, compare it, and I can always view the properties of any document. Here's an example of viewing the properties of a document. And if you file your emails, they save in a repository as .msg files. You can tap on the three dots menu and simply reply to them from your document repository. If your firm uses NetDocs, we'll just look at the top level. This is what NetDocuments looks like. Or your files may be in a network file share. Here's my home drive. In my home drive, I have 3 folders: Agreements, Media, and Templates. I'm going to tap on the Agreements folder. And then I'll tap on a document, just so that you can see that even in network file shares, all documents open in this document viewer. Let's go to Outlook. In Outlook, you have email, contacts, calendar, notes, and tasks. They are all synced with your desktop Outlook. Here are my contacts, and here's my calendar. I can make new appointments. I can cancel appointments. I even have a free busy scheduler. And here are notes and tasks. Let's look at a few more workflows. Let's review an attachment, sign it, and send it. Here's a docx attachment. I'm just going to tap on it to view it first. This is the document, which has a lot of red lines. Before I sign it, of course, I want to accept the red lines. So I'm going to tap hold on the file name and select Accept and View. Now the document is clean. I can review it. It looks good to sign. So I use the thumbnails to go to the last page so that I can sign it. Now I select Annotate. And from the Annotation menu, I select my signature. I position it, and now the document is signed. From here, it's easy to just email the document and send it. If you use Worksite or FileSite, you know in iOS Mail you can't open an NRL. In Link, you just tap on an NRL to open it. Or if you're using NetDocuments, in Link, a NetDocuments link looks like this. You just tap Open or View, and you can view the document and its red lines. Now let's look at editing with the Word app. Here's a docx attachment. I tap on it to open it. And then I select Edit in Office. The document opens automatically in the Word app, and I just select my recent download folder, and I'll select the document General Power of Attorney. Here I'll make just a few edits. And then I tap on the back arrow to save my work, and I tap on Link to go back to the Link app. Now I want to check this into a document repository, so I go to My Files, to my Edits folder, and I tap on the document. Here's the document that I edited. You can see the red lines. To check it in, I tap the Import button. I select my repository. In this case, iManage. I need to check it into a folder, so I go to My Matters and to a Client Matter folder. And then I select the Documents folder. Now the document populates, and I tap Save. I also want to add a document class, so here I select a document class, document, and save that. Then Link presents me with a message saying that my document was successfully checked in. Let's look at what that document looks like in the repository. In this case, it's iManage. We go to iManage, to my document work list. Tap on the document. It's the general power of attorney. And there you can see the document started with an attachment, and now it's edited and checked in. Let's compare an attachment and annotate it. So I tap on the document. I select Compare To. And from the document selector, I select a document in a repository or that I previously emailed. Link automatically generates a redlined comparison. I want to make some notations to a colleague on this document, so I choose to annotate. I strike a few lines. Here I'm highlighting a couple of places where more information is needed, and then I make a notation. From here, it's easy to save a local copy. Now it's successfully saved to my files, and to email the document. Let's see what that annotated document looks like, because sometimes annotated documents don't show up well. Here I tap on the document and you can see that all of the annotations are viewable. Lawyers file a lot of emails, work in email a lot. We have a lot of ways to file emails in Link, and let me show you a few of them. First, just to file this email, I tap on the folder. Link will present to me recommended and recent folders. So sometimes it's very quick to file. In this case, I'm going to show you filing to an inbox or Outlook folder. It's very good because you just type in a few letters of the folder or subfolder name. Here I'm going to type in PR. So even if you have hundreds or thousands of folders, it's really quick to file. And now I just tap on the processors folder. If you want to file a couple of emails, you can tap the radio buttons and file them that way. But we have another way to do rapid filing. To do that, I press and hold on the folder icon. Now again, I see recommended and recent folders, but I'm going to show you how to file to a document repository. So I select a repository. I go to my Matter work list. I select a folder, and then the email folder. Now I just swipe to the right all of the emails that I want to file to this folder, and then tap Save. It's a great way to file a lot of emails quickly. Lastly, let's look at how to save a document in email to My Files. I could also check it into a repository, but here I'll just save it to My Files. It's successfully saved. And then I look at it in My Files. I go to My Files, to my recent downloads, and then to the document itself. So I can access these documents online or offline. And what I sent to myself was a summary slide for this webinar. What if you could compose an email, attach a document from a repository, accept red lines, sign, annotate, edit a document, easily file documents, and save a document for local storage for offline and online access? What if you could do all of that from your iPad or your iPhone? So that's the end of the demo itself. I do want to show you this resource page. I'm going to show it again after the questions which are coming up next. This resource page is at mobilehelix.com/link-ABA. And on that page, we have the slides from this presentation, the video recording from this presentation, and some other quick videos that show you quick tips for the Link app. And we also have this special offer. So we're making a special offer of $120 per user per year. Link is usually $142 per user per year. All you need is this code, link ABA, and it will be on this web page. If you have any questions, if you want a demo for your team, or if you want to follow up on this offer, please feel free to email me at maureen@mobilehelix.com.